Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the press conference. We are joined by Team Heretics, benjyfishy, and benjyfishy and paTiTek. So we're going to start with a few questions from the pre-submitted. Question goes to benjyfishy and paTiTek. How is practice feeling with paTiTek coming into the first game?
I mean, we haven't really had much time to practice, because Ryan's and Woot haven't had their visas. They only arrived yesterday, and from then we haven't, we've been on a break, since grand finals, so we haven't really had too much time to adjust. But I feel pretty confident considering we've played with Fatty before. We know his play style, we know how he plays. He's going to be on a role that he's comfortable with, so yeah, we should be fine.
Thank you very much. Next question goes to either of you. Many people view your next opponent, DRG, as the worst team in this event. What is your evaluation of their strength?
I wouldn't call them the worst team. I wouldn't call anyone a worst team because it's the VALORANT Masters tournament. It's like one of the best teams in the world. So I wouldn't call anyone a worst team. And when it comes to our evaluation to them, we think they are a strong team, and we're just gonna play our game, and that's it. We are not looking into them that much. I think we are just gonna focus on ourselves, and that's it.
Thank you. Next question also goes to either of you. Do you think that being in the Swiss stage has benefits for you to get repetitions together as a team for the playoff stage?
Yeah, I think so. I think, just getting practice in, especially with Patty, is quite important for us. I do like this format, and yeah, I think we're only going to get better throughout the tournament. I think, the teams that have gone straight to playoffs, they've got an advantage, but I feel like you also get an advantage just from getting momentum, during the group stage. So I think there's advantages to both sides. Obviously, you can still get knocked out of group stage, but if you are able to get through and you're able to gain confidence on like playing on stage and stuff compared to the teams that would have never played on stage before, like at this tournament, I think it's quite good. So yeah.
I think it's also a matter that we are a team that's gonna play more games than the ones that in playoffs. So we're gonna be more warmed up than them. So when it's gonna come to the play, like when we're gonna play the playoffs team, I feel like the teams that gonna come from the first stage are gonna have advantage because they will be just more warmed up.
Thank you very much. We're going to now move to remote media questions. First question from Nerditude.
Thank you so much. My question is for Benji. Do you think you have any kind of disadvantage to the abrupt player change? And I would like to give all my support and good vibes to paTiTek for coming to support the team.
Wait, sorry, can you repeat the first part? Do we have
Okay,
any sort of what?
okay. Do you think you have any kind of disadvantage, disadvantage
Disadvantage? Okay.
to the abrupt player change?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's obviously harder than if we would have to play a mini boo because we've been playing for mini boo with like for a long time now. I've got used to how we play, but I think Patty coming in is like the best solution we ever could have had just because we've played with him before. We've played scrims with him for a long time. Obviously played kickoff. And before kickoff we scrimmed with him for a while, and then Masters Madrid. Like all of that experience, I think it will come super useful here. So maybe there's a small disadvantage. But I think yeah, we've done the best that we can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from On-Site Media.
Hello, boys. I have a couple of questions. First of all, you're about to play on the patch where Viper has finally had gone through some pretty drastic changes. You have four Viper players on your team. Patty, you also play Viper as well. How has this impacted your preparation, or has it made it a little bit easier given that you don't have Meibu here, so maybe you can just sack off the Viper, maybe?
I think we've taken into account, I think, you know, we'll take it into account, but I still think Viper's playable. I don't think, it's a big change, but Viper's still going to be a good agent, especially on like, I don't know, maps like Split where you kind of need Viper for mid on defense, like stuff like that. I think it's still important, but I think it will just change, the way that Viper's played in the game. I think, yeah, she'll still get picked and still get used during this tournament quite a lot. But yeah, I think we're just gonna find different ways to, use Viper, basically.
I mean, in terms of that, paTiTek, like I said, you also play Viper. You got 3 other players on the team that could, including yourself, Benji, that can also play Viper. So in terms of prepping for these changes, are you all learning lineups? Because obviously with the orb and also the spits, are you all kind of having to learn the timings at the same time, or has it been delegated to just maybe 1 or 2 players at this point?
I mean, I got my old lineups from Mr. Boo, so shout out to Mr. Boo. But I'm actually super happy about the Viper nerf because I'm not a Viper player, and for me, playing Viper wasn't the best role I could have imagined to play. But when it comes to playing like in a team environment, I feel like we're gonna find solutions to maybe play with Viper, or maybe we're gonna come up with something new, maybe Harbor, maybe Astra, maybe something. We will see.
And as an extension of that, who's going to be on the duelist?
That's what, yeah, we'll be playing Duelist for this event. Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Pedro.
Yes, hello. Well,
Hello.
first off, welcome back to the Masters. Good to see you guys again after a few months of duking it out with the rest of the competition in EMEA. And talking about that, one of the talking points that kind of has been ongoing throughout the season is this fatigue, and how for certain teams that have been able to compete in, let's say, Masters Madrid, they have not been able to maintain that form just because of the fast-paced schedule and just having to play many games week by week, and just going that from regular season to playoffs. As one of the teams that have been able to continue your top form from Masters Madrid to now, how have you guys been able to just keep the train rolling and just continue to play at a good level while also sorting off any kind of fatigue that might have settled in? And
I
this
can
goes
answer
for
it.
both.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start. I think, yeah, like it is incredibly hard to keep good form when you're playing these tournaments. I mean, if you look at Sentinels, like, I mean, they went from the highest of highs to not qualifying. Like, it's really hard, and it's been super hard for us as well. Keeping the same form. Like all of us, we were really exhausted. I think that's kind of also why we took this break after the grand finals against Fnatic. Like we didn't have as much practice for this event. But to be honest, like after the grand finals against Fnatic, we kind of decided, like, I mean, we had the decision whether we wanted to, practice, or if we would take a break. And I think right now, like a break was super important for us, just because of how busy, all the games are, how busy everyone's schedule is. Flying, traveling, everything is super hard. But I think we've been able to keep good form just by, I think it's having a good team environment. I think that helps a lot, and also taking, small breaks when you need it. I think that's been quite big for us. So yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you. Next question from Sons of KS.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. Hi, Patty. Hi, Benji.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is for paTiTek. How has the preparation been with the role change for good, and how do you feel, Patty, about returning?
I mean, I feel super excited to come back and play Masters with the boys again. When it comes to the preparation, we didn't really had that much of time to prepare because, as Benji just said, the boys were just exhausted after the first stage and the playoffs, which I'm not surprised at all. Like to be able to keep up and play so many best of threes and then a best of 5 at the end must be super exhausting. But when it comes to the role change, because I think you asked about the role change as well. Wood is gonna play duelist, and I'm just gonna play on my designated role. So yeah.
Thank you for that one, and nice. Good luck in the tournament. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Sky.
Oh, hi, this is Sky. You guys arrived yesterday, and I know that time is tight, but how's Shanghai so far? And did you guys get the chance to walk around the hotel?
Man, Shanghai is insane. Like actually,
Beautiful city.
it's so cool, man. Like literally
Yeah.
the first night we came here, like I think we arrived like 7 o'clock or something, and it was like dark and like all the buildings were like lit up. Oh my God, it is so cool. And the hotel we're staying at, oh, it's nuts. It is nuts. It feels like we're like royalty.
Yeah,
It's
legit.
so cool, man. But yeah, I love Shanghai. It's super pretty. The food is very good. So yeah, I'm in love with the city at the moment.
Nothing to like compare about.
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Shanghai more. Yeah, thank you for answering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the final question from Ghost 2 Gamers.
Hello guys, nice to meet you. I want to
Hello.
ask which team do you find most challenging to face and why? Thank you.
I mean, I can answer, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the toughest team that I think we've had to play against was probably paTiTek, between paTiTek and Foot. I think both of those teams, paTiTek during Master Madrid was, that was very difficult. I think all of them, like their play style. I mean, everybody knows about their play style. Like it is very hard to play against, and they're all very mechanical players. We know what to expect now, but they're still, it's very hard to play against them. And Foot was also like really hard during stage one. I think it's, well deserved that they're here now because I mean they're a really good team. Like their players are very good. I think, they don't give up, like it doesn't matter how many rounds they're down or if, it's like a 2v5 or whatever, like their team play, their mechanics is really, really good. So I think they'll do really good at this tournament. And same with paTiTek.
All right, thank you guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the final question and the conclusion of our press conference with benjyfishy and paTiTek. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.